Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kinfolk and Nem with my Kinfolk is Greg, Brett, and Napoleon. You already know if you are checking everything out on Facebook, please make sure you like and share this broadcast. We are on YouTube as well. We are on Kinfolk and Nem, so please make sure you subscribe to our Kinfolk and Nem page. Well, guys, we are back again on Wednesday, as always, another Hump Day special. And this is a very special episode to all of us, because it looks like Versus has changed their mind. And instead of going with T.I. versus Jeezy, we have now Jeezy versus Gucci in this upcoming Versus, which is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Make sure you guys tune in for that. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when it comes to T.I. versus Jeezy versus, and we said it on this show. We felt like it'd be a better matchup with Gucci versus Jeezy. And now with it finally happening, how does everybody feel about this? Nap, let's go ahead and start you off.
I'm excited. Tell you the truth, I am. I still think it's a setup. I don't think Gucci's just gonna run up on Jeezy on the internet live, but hey, I think he might do something funny, to be honest. But hopefully, maybe it's a setup so they can squash the beef live. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Because it only makes sense. But as far as music, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a classic battle because they both got hits galore. Hits galore. Jeezy got hits on hits on hits. Gucci got hits on hits on hits. If you want to pick mixtapes, we can do mixtapes. If you want to do albums, we can do albums. If you want to do features, we can do features. What you want to do, where you want to go. You feel me? Like, so I'm hella excited for this shit, to be honest with you.
Greg.
For me, man, this is probably the first versus battle where I really don't care who wins, bro. I'm just glad that I finally get to see this. We living in times right now where the pandemic and all this stuff that's been going on in 2020, Kobe dying, stuff like this. This is probably the most shocking of all because these dudes had a 15-year beef, 15 years, and they're finally being able to be in the same room with each other after all the bullshit that they've been through, and to have this versus battle, man. I really don't give a shit who wins, to be honest.
Did they confirm they're gonna be in the same room?
Yeah.
From what I heard, yes, they should be in the same room.
It's gonna be mad security on the scene.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, my
National
voice
Guard.
went out. My voice went out because I'm so shocked by this shit. Be honest with you, sorry about that. But yeah,
Brett, you got something to say? I know we all grew up listening to Gucci. So I know you know a couple of Gucci songs.
I mean, honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I listened to more Jeezy than Gucci. If I'm being 100% honest, but I mean, we all jam Gucci though. I like half of our sayings growing up were Gucci. So like, I mean, I'm honestly excited for it. Am I gonna watch it? No, but I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna watch it. Being honest, I'm not gonna watch it because at 7 o'clock, I do my workout, so I'm not gonna watch it. But
You can listen.
I mean, I'm no, I'm I'm all for it. Like, I'm excited to see what happens. I know we're all gonna talk about it later, but I'm excited to see honestly what happens. Like if they come at each other or if they're able to be civil, squash beef. Like I mean, like Greg said, I'm shocked that it's happening, but I'm anticipating something big coming out of it.
But like Brett said he's very shocked. He ain't gonna watch it, but he'll recap it when everything's over with. So thank you for that, Brett.
Yes, sir. Anytime, sir. Anytime.
Ish, what you got for us?
I mean, I'm excited about the music. Really, that's what I'm excited about. But I'm also excited about the pettiness because Gucci Mane already came out and started being petty online. So, I mean, who knows what to expect when they get on there together. Like I said, I'm shocked that they're in the same room because if they're in the same room, man, this could be turned into a TMZ special real quick. The way that this man has already decided to be childish. Like You would think with them accepting it and being on there like this was gonna be some kumbaya, we gonna squash this beef kind of thing, but I don't know. My man already being childish before the battle even starts, so I will be tuning in just to see if it is a train wreck.
Yeah, I was never expecting this to honestly be any type of kumbaya moment between them. I think Gucci. Let's be real. After Gucci has gotten let out of jail this most recent time, and everybody thought this was a clone Gucci because he came out with the 8-pack and just looked completely different, right? I think Gucci actually he's always been a business guy, right? But he was a dangerous business guy back in the day. I think he's a business guy now and a calm, cool, and collected. Has gotten married, starting this new brand with this same brand but new brand with the new 1017. I think he sees what it can do for him and his brand and everything moving towards the future. So I understand why he's doing it and what he wants to maybe do with this in the future, as in the exposure that it gets. If this was 10 years ago, I could definitely see a pistol being brought to the show. But I think this is a cool comic collective Gucci this time. I know that maybe sounds bad to us that probably want to see something, but nah, I think we need to see these two guys come out and show us how great, real talk, show us how great both of these guys are with their music on the commercial side and in the street side, because they have both of those.
Bruh, the man reposted the meme with the dude jumping over.
I did see that.
Go ask your partner about that shit. Whatever you said.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Go dig up your partner. I bet he can't say anything. Like,
yes,
I bet he can't.
Maybe.
Come on now. Like, you talking about you want them to be what?
We'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna bring this up right quick. This is a quick little rundown of some of their songs that they do have. I know it's in a little small print. But Jeezy, of course, then Innovation, Gangster Music, Trap or Die, Go Crazy, Bottom of the Map. And again, that was just a couple of songs. Of course, we all know President is Black. I got what else we got on here? Get Right, and of course them boys. And with Gucci, I mean, again, just looking at the song list, it ranges for the last 15 years. Starting off, I mean, with bricks. I mean, we grew up with all white bricks. You feel me? That's what we were talking about in high school. We shouldn't have been, but hey, it just is what it is. I'm a dog. I heard Lemonade, Plain Jane, Beat It Up, Photo Shoot, both. With him and Drake, Trap House. I mean the Trap House. I'm sorry, Trap God mixtape series by itself. I mean is legendary.
That Trap House 3?
That Trap House 3, yes sir. I was about to say that Trap House 3 by itself is ridiculous. I mean, but even with Jeezy's side, you got all the Thug Motivation 101 to 104s. I mean, every I think both guys have classics, either with the albums or with the mixtapes. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what they come with. Are they gonna be allowed to play the mixtape music? I hope so.
I think they can play a little bit of, because I seen somewhere they said they can play like features and shit. So I don't see why they wouldn't be able to play their own mixtape.
Nah, it's got to be some rules, bro. I'm sure they made. I'm sure when they were setting this up, they were like, "Nah, we got to limit what you can play and whatnot." I don't know
though, because we talking about Jeezy and Gucci. So if you put a limitation on Jeezy and Gucci,
yeah. No cap.
What I want to be able to play any and everything. I want to hear the features. I want to hear the mixtapes. I want to hear the albums. I want to hear it all.
Gucci gotta play "Wake Up in the Sky." Fly. That shit hard as hell, nigga.
Looking at
what you talking about?
What I would say is I'm okay with them doing both, but what I would want is, let's say, one of them does a feature, the other one has to do a feature, or if somebody goes from the mixtape, the other one has to go from a mixtape. That way, it's fair.
We also got to remember too, they not controlling the music. This is the DJs.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, it's gotta be like Pokemon style.
Looking
like
at And Brett, you shouldn't even have no say in it, Mister. I ain't gonna watch it anyways.
We were talking about rules. I can talk
Nah,
about the
bro,
rules.
it's gotta be like Pokemon style. Like one dude throw out a mixtape, and the other dude like, "Oh, you gotta throw out a mixtape. I'm gonna throw out my top 10 record."
Looking at
Like that's what I want to see.
10, but one of their top 10 records could be from a mixtape.
You right?
it could,
Right,
it
right.
could,
Just-
but
Good. Good.
From them specifically is what I'm saying, though.
Sure.
Just saying.
we'll see. All right, we'll go ahead and get on to the next topic, and of course, what is going on at this moment still, the 2020 NBA Draft. We're just going to talk a little bit about that, and on the bottom ticker, you will see the players that have been drafted at this moment. Let's start off with Ish. We had a nice little pre-talk before we got into this show, and I'm just gonna ask you: are there any surprises so far in the first 10 picks of this draft?
I think Patrick Williams at 4 was the only surprise for me. I didn't think Patrick Williams was going to go that high. I thought if they're picking somebody there, in the vein of Patrick Williams, I mean, I would have probably gone with like Obi Toppin, somebody else before Patrick Williams, but they went with Patrick Williams. That was the fit. That's cool, but I think outside of that, there's not really too many surprises. It pretty much went how people thought it was going to go.
Greg?
I'm surprised Obi Toppin fell out the top 5. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. He should have been the top 5. Well, based on the projections and all of the mock drafts, he was top 5 pick. So that was a little bit surprising. Patrick Williams, like Ishmael said, he didn't even start when he played in college.
He came off the bench, so that was kind of like
that. I've never seen that before in my life. I know Xavier, Ish, all the rest of you guys are sports guys. I've never seen that before. A guy that didn't start in college went top 5 in the draft.
Is
Never
that the highest? Is that the highest draft pick or somebody who didn't start?
I have no idea. I've never seen it before.
It might
probably,
be 4, probably
yeah.
so.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably. Right.
Dude didn't start, so that shocked the hell out of me.
The reason
I
why
can
he
think of
went
is, like-
so high, my bad, Brett, to cut you off. The reason
Yeah.
why he went so hard is because everybody is saying that his potential is so great because of everything that he brings to the NBA game. So that's the reason why, from what I heard, they wanted to take
But I
a
still
chance
think
on
you
him.
could have got him later in the. I
Yeah,
still think he's
he's not
somebody that
top
could have
10.
potentially you got got later in the draft. I don't. It might be a reach. It may be good to. They may be geniuses over there. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't see it, but I mean, where was that potential at when he was in college on the bench? So,
Shout out to Sire checking out the show. He said, just want to holler at y'all boys. I got to take my whole ass to sleep. Appreciate you for checking out the show. We know it is a little late, but we got to get it in. All right, Brett. Is there anybody that you see at the moment from 1 to 20 that you feel like can be more than what they are going into the future because of where they were drafted? So let's just say Obi Toppin drafted at 8 going to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Can he be the guy for the Knicks for the next 10 years?
That's another bad pick.
The way that he plays, I'm gonna say no. I mean, he's a high flyer, which is cool.
He's also a Dayton flyer.
Oh,
pun
thank you,
intended.
X.
Pun intended. Yes, sir. Pun intended.
I'll be here all week, everybody.
please don't.
We won't.
Yeah, we won't. For sure. I'll just say that, like, I think for New York, though, for the excitement, I think a player like that can be good. Now, in terms of like longevity and him actually being good over the years, that part.
Bro, we not
I
focusing on that man. That's not
I'm
the
just
question.
saying.
You
I know.
never answer the question.
I was talking about Obi Toppin because he brought it up. He brought his name up. All right, my bad. Listen. But no, I mean, I don't know. I think. I'm excited to see what Wiseman does, though.
Okay.
The impact.
I agree.
The impact in Golden State once everybody gets back, because the thing that they've been missing this whole time has always been a good center. And if he can come in and be half of the player that he's been projected to be, I think that he'll have a really good impact for that team.
You're being disrespectful to Andrew Bogut, but keep going.
Andrew
Mm,
Bo- An-
You're
Andrew,
being disrespectful.
I if you count Andrew Bogut as a true real center, Greg,
mm,
I
I'm
mm.
mean,
just
that wasn't
saying.
even Andrew Bogut for the Bucks.
yeah, I know.
I'm just
Come on,
saying.
Greg.
Shout out to
Come
Andrew
on,
Bogut.
Greg.
He got a ring though. Shout out to Andrew Bogut.
Come on, Greg.
Andrew, I mean, a lot of motherfuckers got rings. Be all right. But anyways, we're not gonna go into that.
Don't do
I
that,
will agree
Greg.
with you. I will agree with you as well, Brett. That James Wiseman pick for the Warriors, I
It's
think, was
interesting.
the best. No, I think that's the best thing that you do for the Warriors. That
Yeah.
is something that they've been that I'm sorry, the sports media have been talking about for the Warriors to do since last year, to be able to have your two sharpshooters back, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Unfortunately,
Prayers for Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson did suffer a lower leg injury. Hopefully, it is nothing serious because I would like to see those three guys play together this upcoming season, because what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson really need is another guy that can get them rebounds and get them second chance opportunities to score more points. So now that you don't have to worry about Draymond Green being the main center for you, you actually have a real center. Draymond can now move around freely, and I think it just opens up the floor even more for the Warriors to go out there and beat the Harlem Globetrotters all over again.
I mean, I'm really interested to see what they look like coming back. If they're the old Warriors or if they're, I mean, not necessarily a washed up version, but like not as good because they're coming off of injuries and I'm trying to get everybody to play together again.
I agree. Now let's check in with Greg right quick. He is a Rockets fan. Excuse me. He is a Rockets fan, and there are a lot of talk going on right now with James Harden, Russell Westbrook on James Harden maybe wanting to go to Brooklyn. There are trade packages maybe being assembled for Russell Westbrook. As a Rockets fan, what is the best case scenario going into this season?
For them niggas to suck it up, pause, tough it up, whatever you want to call it, and just deal with it. I mean, they don't look like they have much options as far as like trading them away. I know I heard Westbrook for John Wall. I don't know about that. You don't know what John Wall's gonna bring to the table after pretty much being out for 2 seasons. You don't know what you're gonna get for him. Uh, as far as the Brooklyn trade that James Harden wants, I mean, unless they give up Kyrie or ask for Kyrie, I mean, I don't see no point in trading with the Nets. So, for logically speaking, I think that Harden and Westbrook will be there for the start of the season, and hopefully they want to be competitive and still want to be NBA professionals and want to play. We'll see. But as far as from my concern personally, all the viewers out there, if you have any therapists you want to recommend me, I will be glad to take it.
Please.
Being a Houston sports fan definitely fucks with your mental health. So please, any therapists, anybody out there want to throw it out there, let me know, man.
I mean, you can talk to my wife. She's going to school for counseling, so she might be able to help you out.
Nothing wrong with Zoom. Nothing wrong with Zoom calls since she's in Dallas. So
Yep.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I would say I'm sorry for you, but I'm not.
I'm not.
Not at all.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Look at that face.
Now, Napoleon, even though you are in Philadelphia, you are a Dallas Mavericks fan. How do you feel about your team going into this upcoming season with a reloaded Mavs team, of course, with KP and also Luka? How do you feel about this upcoming season?
Well, I know I did miss out. I didn't really pay a lot of attention this last season. I do not know why. But from what I did pick up, man, as long as they come out of the gates with that same team playing some good ass basketball, making these plays, like a couple of the games that I have seen them play, I think they'll be all right. 18th round pick and the 31st round pick in the draft. So, who's that? What they got? Josh Green. I'm not really familiar with the guy. I'm be real.
Josh Green, yes, sir.
But I mean,
We know you're not familiar.
I think Mr. Cuban as a businessman and as a professional in the league, so he's going to make the proper moves that he feels is necessary for the team. As far as having a well-rounded team that's going to play some dope, good basketball, maybe take me to the motherfucking playoffs and shit. But we'll see.
Are
We
y'all
shall see.
are
We
y'all
shall
wanting
see.
to address the situation y'all were talking about in the pre-draft, or are y'all done with that?
I mean, we can bring it up right quick. I have no problems with it, Greg. You want to bring it up?
Oh, these
Nigga
niggas.
don't know the name of the Hornets coach. I don't want to talk about that.
Manuel Borrego.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it took him a minute. He looked it up. He had to look it up.
Hispanic coach in the NBA 75-year history. Okay,
And if you would have known that,
and he coached under Greg Popovich.
Didn't know that in the pre-show.
he didn't know that at all in the pre-show at all. So the point of where we getting at, Brett, because we waiting on you to get here. He was talking
Y'all
about
didn't
LaMelo. He was talking about LaMelo Ball getting drafted to the Hornets and being able to play under the guidance of Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Being in his organization. I said it's a great spot for him because with the questions that people have of LaMelo Ball, what better place than to go to Charlotte, where you got the greatest of all time to play, that played the game, to be there and to be in your ear. Just kind of, not necessarily be on the practice court with you every day, but just somebody that's there in the organization, talk to you, kind of give you some heads up on what it takes to be a guy that comes into a losing organization and is asked to take over that organization and make them a winner, like he did with Chicago. Is that outrageous? They try to make it seem like I was crazy because I said that.
First of all, Greg thought you was crazy. Second of all, you didn't know who the head coach for the Hornets was because you said it don't matter who the head coach is because this. I mean, Greg. I'm sorry, Brett. This is what we're getting at. Ish said it doesn't matter who the head coach for the Hornets is because he has Michael Jordan next to him to lend him whatever he needs to know in his ear moving forward. Is that true, or is not having a coach really matter to a player's development? Or and I'm saying not a player development, but I'd say being able to be successful on and off the court.
No, you got it right. Player development. Nigga.
It's all of that. It's all of that.
Okay, having a coach always matters.
He has a coach.
Oh, I know, but I don't. It all depends on how involved MJ is going to be with the kid, though. Because who's to even say that he? I mean, he should because it's in his franchise, but I don't. Who's even to say that he's going to be there all the time and
that's exactly what I said because Michael Jordan out here racing got his new sponsor in NASCAR. You got all these other business ventures he got going on. I'm just saying
he can be. To your point, he can be there every now and then, which could be enough, right? It could, but you don't know. I mean, there's so much there that you have to see.
Okay, there's a lot of unknown.
Yeah,
sure. But what I'm saying, the best place for him, because you got somebody like MJ there that can talk to him about what he's going through right now, who did it and is the greatest of all time. Like, why are we sitting here acting like I'm saying he's got to be there holding his hand? That's not what I'm saying. But y'all act like y'all don't have any mentors in the game that you don't talk to you don't have to talk to.
Didn't have his energy in the pre-show.
I had the same energy. I have the same energy for all y'all.
He called us idiots too. He called us idiots.
X was over here co-signing with
you called us idiots. You said you get tired of talking to idiots because we don't get it. I don't want to hear that shit.
Fucking name calling when we said that you're talking.
So you mad? So you mad because you wrong? So you mad?
I'm not wrong.
You are.
I am not wrong. I am not wrong.
Hold on. Let me say something. Last time I checked, this is 2020. This ain't 1987 to where you need a telegram to go out and send to let LaMelo Ball know, hey son, I'm thinking about you. I want you to know that I'm your mentor. They can FaceTime each other if they want to. He ain't gotta be there. He ain't gotta be. He could have got drafted by the Knicks and still get the same mentorship from Michael Jordan.
You don't, but that's not Michael Jordan's or that's not Michael Jordan's organization, right? So
continue.
The fact that he's in Michael Jordan's organization, where it is a vested, Michael Jordan has a vested interest on this guy being what people want him to be or what people expect him to be, because that's his organization. And historically, people have said Michael Jordan has made bad decisions.
Horrible.
For his organization.
Horrible.
So. That's an even more reason for him to have a vested interest in somebody who he picked third in the draft. That's why I'm saying he doesn't have to hold his hand. All I'm saying is he has a vested interest in this guy being successful. So why not every once in a while talk to him? Just, give him, if you say he lacks killer instinct, right? What better person than Michael Jordan to be able to be in his ear about that kind of stuff, to be competitive, to learn how to win the game, to talk to you. If y'all lose a big game, who better than to have in your court or on your side than Michael Jordan if you lose a big game? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Michael Jordan got to beat her every day. I'm not saying he's going to call Michael Jordan every day, but I'm saying having Michael Jordan in that organization is going to be big for him. And that's why I think it's the best place for him, because had he gone to New York with James Dolan, where all they care about is putting people in the seats, and Spike Lee on the court side, jumping up and down and creating a show, he would not get that same guidance. That's what I'm saying. James Dolan not going to be the one to guide him. And for the coach, all that nonsense y'all talking about the coach, if the coach is not the right guy, let's say they go in and they do poorly, right?
It's Charlotte, they're never gonna have the right guys.
Okay, so let me say this. Let's say they go in and they do a poor job, right? They're gonna try to find somebody that's gonna be able to do what they need to bring LaMelo's potential out. And if they don't get him, then eventually maybe they trade him like LA traded Lonzo. Like, dude, you're not held to LaMelo, but you are gonna try to make him successful. The Lakers tried to make Lonzo successful. They couldn't do it, so they moved on. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all trying to tie him to this coach. Like, if the coach is bad, he's gonna be there. He gonna be bad, and then
we were just saying. Can you name the coach? That is all we asked. That is all Greg and I asked for. Because it does. It really does.
Conversation about the coach because you didn't know his fucking name.
It doesn't matter who the coach is.
You know his fucking name.
It doesn't matter who the coach is.
You didn't know his fucking name.
It doesn't matter who the coach is. They could be coached by Boo Boo the Fool. He can be coached by Boo Boo the Fool. I don't care.
It does matter because Boo Boo Fool not setting him up for success. Then LaMelo gonna look like Boo Boo the Fool out there on the court.
In the NBA.
All right. You wilding is you really are wilding right now.
I think Ishmael, your point is right. He's in a great situation.
And that's all I try to say.
He said but though.
But the coach, when it comes to development, still matters a lot.
No, Boo Boo the Fool is coaching in the NBA, and he was Greg Popovich's assistant.
Okay, because everybody that coaches after Bill Belichick was great coaches. Yeah. Go ahead and let's go ahead and use that. Yeah, bye. We're not even gonna use that bullshit ass coaching tree crap around here. Nope, we're not using coaching tree around here. No sir. No sir. We're not doing that today, sir. We're not doing that today.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Who's the president of Sierra Leone? Who the president of Sierra Leone?
That's nothing to do with the conversation.
We're talking about sports. We're talking about sports.
Who's the president of Sierra Leone?
Next time.
Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin. That's all. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Okay. NFL Week 10 recap. We're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the NFL with our NFL Week 10 recap.
Ain't nobody reaching. You just mad because you mad because you reaching.
Take your L. Take your L like a proud African. Take your L like a proud African. Thank you.
Go ahead, Brett. Go ahead, Brett.
All of the head coaches that have come from Greg Popovich have mostly been successful, though.
What's your definition of mostly?
I mean, they've gotten their teams to playoffs.
Who?
Well, you got Steve. You got Budenholzer. How you say it? Budenholzer.
Budenholzer.
Okay.
And then you have this guy.
Haven't been to the playoffs.
You named two damn coaches.
Okay.
Bill Belichick had more disciples than he did.
That's not what I'm talking about. I said that have become head coaches.
That become head coaches.
I just said the same thing. There's been more people under. There has been. It's at least 5.
66%. You only named 2, nigga.
Well, then you guys name more then.
You name them. That's your best friend. You love the Spurs. You should be able to name them.
Nigga, I'm not naming shit.
That is your Spurs team. You should be able to name all the players all the coaches that came from Popovich Street. That should be you. What's wrong? What? Are y'all serious right now?
I'm not making your point for you. Fuck you. I'm not doing that.
Now y'all can't name people now. Y'all can't name people.
Hey, I will say this, and because we are live. Unfortunately, I do want to break this news. Warriors are worried that Klay Thompson might have suffered an Achilles injury.
Ooh,
dang,
that's rough.
He will undergo an MRI on Thursday, but if that is true, that hurts. Oh
Big
man.
time.
That
Yeah, that's
I
big.
was really hoping to see Clay back again, and if you were to watch his social media profile, he is definitely showing everybody his rehab and and coming back. And if it is true, I mean that hurts. He kind of into that John Wall aspect of now probably being on the shelf for 2 years now. And man, that hurts. That hurts. But I will say this, Clay. Good thing you got your rings. Good thing you got your money for the time being, because there's plenty of players out here that weren't able to get either or. Right? We can all agree
Facts.
on that. Okay.
Facts.
All right. So moving on. NFL Week 10 recap. It was a crazy week, of course, as always in the NFL. Um, let's start off. Let's start off with the Dallas Cowboys. We haven't heard too much from Napoleon. Cowboys at the moment. What are we looking like when it comes to the next half of this season? Are we going to be able to maybe make a push for the NFC East division? It's still wide open. You only probably need 5 wins to win it. You got about 3 right now. I'm sorry, 2. So
I mean, I don't know what to say. Last week we had a bye week, so I can't really
That was
say
the
that
best
we
game y'all
had.
played all season.
yeah,
You feel me?
You was able to beat them.
We had hella improvements. You feel me?
Yes,
As
sir.
far as
Yes,
all
sir.
around team gameplay, but are we gonna be able to make a push? That's a good question. I have probably not, but we'll see. I don't really. I mean, they can play their asses off. The pieces are kind of there, but they're struggling all around. They're fucking struggling, and it's going to be a challenge no matter who they play for the rest of the season. I feel like so. It is what it is. I took my L for the season. I ain't really tripping on it.
Yes, and speaking of people taking their L's, Gregory, we'll go ahead and go right to you with the Houston Texans. The question
Don't
I
ask me about
have.
the. Oh, my fault. My fault.
You good? I'm just somebody about to snap before I can even get the question out. It's all good. I'm not going to ask you the obvious when it comes to would you want Romeo Crennel to be your head coach moving forward, which is obviously a hell no.
No.
Besides, of course, Eric Bieniemy, who most Houston fans probably would want, or a Dabo Sweeney. Realistically, what head coach do you think can come and take over this franchise and help Deshaun Watson be great?
I have no idea. Don't ask me about the Texans until 2027.
Damn. All right, well,
Man,
took you a good 7 years off, huh?
So he said,
Don't ask me about them niggas, please.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
My
instead
mental health
ask
is
me
off.
about
Sorry.
my wiener.
No, we're not going to do that at all either.
wow, really?
We will not be doing that. Of course, we just want to bring up a quick little recap of the AFC South with the Colts in first place, taking that division over from the Titans right now at the moment at 6-3, Texans 7-2, and Jags 1-8. We also have the AFC West with Ish's Chiefs at 8-1, Raiders 6-3, Broncos 3-6, Chargers 2-7. I'm very disappointed in the Chargers. Really thought they would do a little something this year. Not really. AFC North, Steelers still with that undefeated mark at the moment. Ravens number 2, Browns number 3, and Bengals at 4. The AFC East, who I feel like that division will come down to the last game, Week 17, with the Bills versus the Dolphins. You have them at 1-2 at the moment. Patriots at 3 and Jets at 0-9. We have the NFC East with the Dallas Cowgirls in last place, of course. The Eagles with an outstanding record of 3-5-1. The Giants at 3-7, and the Washington football team rounds out that division at 2-7. After 10 weeks of football, those 4 teams have a combined 10 wins total. Alrighty then, NFC North. We have the Packers at 1, Bears at 2, Vikings 3, Lions 4. NFC South, Saints at 1, Buccaneers 2, Falcons 3, Panthers 4. The Cardinals at 6-3, Rams 6-3, Seahawks 6-3, and the 49ers. Even with all the injuries, still have more wins than the Houston Texans and Dallas Cowboys combined. Just think about that. Let's just think about that. They are playing in the hardest division in the NFL, still have more wins than the Dallas
They have the
Cowboys
same wins, don't they?
and the Houston Texans. Come on. No, we're gonna
same
take
wins.
we're gonna take away a win from y'all because y'all don't deserve to have 2 wins. So y'all have 1 and the Cowboys
Damn.
have 2. So
Yeah,
with
after
that,
game against the Browns.
yeah, y'all don't deserve y'all deserve 2 L's. 2 L's. The Duck one.
That's not logic.
That's how it works.
They should
That's how it works on
deduct
this
that win. One
show.
of them wins.
This
That's
isn't
hilarious.
ESPN. This is Kinfolk and Nem. This is how it rolls here. All right.
Okay.
AFC playoff seeding at the moment. The Steelers are number 1. The Chiefs number 2. The Bills number 3. Colts number 4. Number 5. The Raiders 6. The Dolphins 7. The Ravens. The NFC Packers at 1. Saints at 2. Cardinals at 3. 4 are the Eagles. Number 5 the Buccaneers. 6 the Rams and 7 the Seahawks. Brett,
Sir.
at the moment,
Yes.
if you see these AFC seeding at the moment, number 5, 6, and 7, out of those 3, who actually makes a playoff spot?
You said 5, 6, and 7. Who makes a playoff spot?
Yes, sir.
Get ready for this man not to answer the question.
Oh, yeah, it
Aren't
sounds
they-
like
no,
it,
no,
but
no, no,
continue.
no. I just want to ask real quick. Which didn't they expand it this year? Right.
And that's why it's
5,
at
6, and 7?
17 right there.
Okay. No.
Usually
but
it's
listen.
usually 6.
No,
They said,
listen.
"I got you." Let
asked
me.
if
I
who
got you,
makes-
Brett. Hold up. Brett is asking. There was a report a couple of days ago that said
hold on, listen.
if the NFL
my
cancels a game throughout the season due to coronavirus, they would add another playoff team, making it 8 teams per conference. At the moment, it is 7 teams. But yes, they did add a 7th team. That is the 7th team. Brett, continue.
You
Yeah.
can't just answer the question.
But you asked me out of those last 3 teams, who makes a playoff spot? And if they're there, I feel like they could continue that and all make it there. So I'm answering out of the teams in the AFC.
The Raiders, the Dolphins, or the Ravens. Out of those 3, who will be able to snag them a playoff spot in the 2020 NFL playoffs?
I'm tired of asking Brett questions.
Yo, I mean,
I'm just making sure we're all on the same page. That is all. Just make sure we're all on the same page.
All of them
I
can
think-
do it. Just say all of them. Like,
I just said that. Yo, I'm for real confused right now.
I'm confused why everybody else is confused.
Yeah, I'm confused because it's 7.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because all 3 of those teams at the moment are 6-3, plus 3 teams behind them are 6-3, meaning that most likely this will change, not just in a week, but 2 weeks and 3. It's going to change most likely every week. So I'm just saying, at week 10, when week 17 is over with, who will still have a playoff spot? That is it,
I
Brad.
think the teams that are listed here are I think the best teams right now. Like I know you said the other teams are 6-3. I don't understand what's so funny. I'm trying to answer
But
the
seriously, Greg, you literally laugh like the Joker on the new Joker movie. Like, I'm gonna need you to stop. That
No,
laugh
I'm
is
not gonna
horrible.
stop. Fuck you. I'm not gonna stop. Can't
Like-
stop, won't stop. Can't stop,
Oh,
won't
man.
stop. Rockefeller
I know there's
Records.
multiple teams that are 6-3, but I think these are the teams that have separated themselves the most, and I think these are the best 7 teams that I think are going to make the playoffs.
so you think? Okay, so you think these 7? This is what the playoffs will look like at the end of the season.
That's what I was saying.
Thank you,
guys
sir.
started busting out laughing. I was trying to understand why.
I could have sworn because 2 weeks ago-ish, when Brett was talking about the NFL, he said the Steelers and the Titans will be in the AFC Championship game. But okay,
And the
we'll
Titans
see.
are not
Hey,
in the-
we'll
did.
see. But again, we'll see
But
what
it-
happens at week 17. What
that
all
was my
right,
prediction.
I got you, Brett. All right,
That was my prediction.
you got it. All right,
Right now they're not playing well.
all right, I got you.
I don't think they're going to make it anymore.
All right. We'll check back
okay,
in.
okay.
We'll
That's-
check back in 2
That's
months.
fair. That's
we'll-
fair. I
We'll
appreciate
check
that,
back
sir.
in 2 months. All right, NFC, number 1, the Packers. Like I said, well, I'm not gonna run it back because I'll ask Napoleon since he is an NFC member. With the Buccaneers and the Rams and the Seahawks, quote unquote, on the outside looking in, do we see any of these teams being able to make a run from the wild card position, like the Seahawks or maybe even the Rams?
Hell yeah. I don't see why not. Niggas.
Now it's our time to laugh.
Now is definitely our time to laugh, Napoleon. Yes, thank you, Napoleon, for that. Well, we know who not to ask questions to anymore on Kinfolk and Nem. Alrighty then. He's not going to explain shit. We all know this, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Nope, we're done. Nope.
Man, a chance to explain.
Nope. Not going to. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this whole Joe Biden get rid of student loans thing. Just want to read this little quick excerpt. So, just give everybody a heads up on what's going on with the student loan situation. So, back when all this started, Trump signed a policy that would allow payment to be on hold for student loans. An example, of course, you don't have to make payments on them and no interest recurs on it. In September, he renewed the policy that expires December 31st. If Trump doesn't act to renew this policy again by that date, Biden will inherit a student loan issue because companies are going to require payment and start to charge interest again. But since we are in a pandemic and such, it's going to be pretty hard for all that to take place. So with that being said, Joe Biden's plan coming into the election was he was going to try to help eliminate student loan debt. One of his plans was if you make under $125,000, you will be able to get rid of $10,000 worth of your student loans. So with that being said, all five of us went to college. I know I still owe student loans. I don't know if everybody else here still owes student loans, but if it does happen, what is the first thing you will do once your student loans are finally cleared?
Same shit I'm doing right now. Fuck you mean? Them hoes just gonna be clearing out of the goddamn way.
Yeah, I really don't have like an extravagant answer. Probably go to a bar, buy green tea shots like I used to. You know what I'm saying?
Be at home chilling, saving bread.
Yeah. Go to Steak 48, give me a nice medium steak, you know what I'm saying? Give me some macaroni and cheese.
What am I gonna do with my student loans or something? What does that mean? I don't know. It's not like I won the lotto.
Yeah.
Getting out of debt is definitely like winning the lotto though.
Yeah, but long term, it's not exactly like it, but I feel like you should still be excited.
You definitely should. Like you definitely downplaying the shit out of your student loans being erased. I mean, it's not even erased, but just being taken care of because that. I'm talking Napoleon, not you, Greg.
Oh.
Anyway, so what I'm saying is as well, when people have student loans, they can't get certain things that they want to get, either a new line of credit or being able to get into a home that they want or being able to get a new car that they want. So for people that actually this actually helps.
I don't like that.
Shout out. I mean, you can not like it all you want to, motherfucker. I mean, that's the way the world works.
You can, just because you got rid of student loans doesn't mean you have the ability to now, like, your credit is not good enough to go get a car, go get a house, blah blah blah. That's why for me, you asked me, what am I going to do?
How do you know that though? For again, not for you, but for other people. But for other people, it definitely does help.
I'm not saying it doesn't help. Obviously, it helps you in the long run because you're out of debt. But at the end of the day, what am I doing? You said, what am I going to do when my student loans are all gone? What's the first thing I'm going to go do? I'm not going to go out and do anything. I'm going to go spend more money after I just paid my debt? No. What do you mean? I'm not going to go buy a house. I'm not going to go get a car immediately just because my student loans are paid off, if that's what you're asking. No. I'm going to be chilling, saving more bread. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right.
Student loans, I'm going to be happy, but I'm not going to go buy out the club, fucking throw a party because my student loans are...
Nobody said to do it. Nobody said to do any of that. Nobody said anything to go have a party, go do this, go do that. I'm asking you again, if your student loans were gone, what would you do?
So I don't think I'm underplaying. I think that's reasonable to say. You just got out of debt. Man, I just got out of debt. Cool. We
chilling.
Thank you, Kylie, for checking out the program. She says it would help to have less debt because your debt income ratio is more desirable to lenders.
Who's Kylie?
Kaylee. I said that.
You said Kylie, idiot.
I said Kaylee.
You said Kylie.
You need to get that wax out your ear, sir.
No, nigga, you need to learn how to pronounce names.
You need to get the wax out your ear and stop messing with your hair.
Did this nigga say Kylie? Yes or no?
Maybe that's just your mic messing up over there.
No, you're a fucking idiot, bro.
All right.
Yo, we getting, Brett, what are you doing?
All right. Seeing how I'm an idiot, good thing I can do that.
Oh my!
Oh yeah, you like to be petty, huh? Yeah, that's what we do here on the Kinfolk and Nem. Yeah. Anybody else got anything to say about these student loans?
Yo, we gotta take the power away from this.
Nope.
Nah, if they take the motherfucking student loans, I'll be excited. But like I said, I ain't doing
You
shit.
just sitting that man backstage.
Yep, he stay his ass back there too.
That nigga in the green room.
Oh man!
I personally think that there's gonna be a lot of people who are excited, and a lot of people who are gonna try and do
Yeah, you
more
gonna bring it
things.
back, bitch. That's what fuck I thought.
I think a lot of people are gonna try and expand now, like
Right,
try
banish them again.
and get that house or something like that they're trying to get. But I mean, ultimately, what people should do,
What's up
I don't
now,
think
nigga?
I don't think that people should really do anything different. I think they should now reinvest that money that they were going to have to spend on student loans.
From a practical standpoint, if you are used to spending that money on a student loan payment, you could continue setting aside that amount each month into a savings account and save up for a big purchase. I definitely agree because that is because again, like she's saying, if you're already spending that money and then all of a sudden you don't have to spend that money anymore, that $400 that you're spending a month, $200, whatever it is, it can go into a savings plan. It can go into whatever, and then all of a sudden that investment that you're making in whatever plan that you're doing it, all of a sudden, of course, it turns and turns, and you make more money off of that. So with that being said, everything comes back into you, as in not having debt and having more income to be able to do what you want to do with it. So again, I see the bigger picture of being able to get rid of the student loans, to be able to do bigger things with your money instead of having it to go to pay off people that are still trying to put you in the debt and into that, bigger hole. I would say I probably misworded the question, saying what was the first thing that you would do.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Okay, I apologize.
Brad, don't put up the other comment.
Going with what you're saying now, it's more,
Yeah. Alrighty then. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next
No,
topic.
put the other comment up.
We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next
Put the
topic.
other comment up.
What's the comment? Y'all say that. Oh,
Fresh Prince,
mad bias.
Bottom.
the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion special that they have coming out tomorrow night.
hey,
as
this nigga missing
well.
out on pertinent information.
He doesn't see it with his chinky eyes. He doesn't see the comments.
What we missing out on? Who we missing
Y'all
out
done?
on?
I'm gonna troll you for the rest of the night, nigga. You should have never took me out the fucking show.
I'm trying to figure out what these niggas.
Anyways, like I said, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion special starts tomorrow night on HBO Max. So, of course, if you do have HBO Max, go ahead and check that out. Now, we do have a very, very busy Thursday with Jeezy versus Gucci versus that will be on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. And again, you also have. You okay over there?
Yeah, I just saw the comment.
Alrighty then. Anyways, and then we also have, of course, this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion special as well that will be playing on HBO Max.
Greg,
so the reason why we brought up this topic,
he's gonna be in his feelings and take me out this shit.
All right, so I'm trying to finish up the show, but y'all.
I don't care. You're gonna take me out anyway. I don't give a shit.
All right.
We're not done, nigga. We got time. Keep talking, Nick.
Thank
you can do that, or you can post a comment. One of the two.
Exactly. Post a comment.
I'm trying to finish up the show. All right.
Get your emotional intelligence in order to do it, then, nigga.
I'm trying to finish up the show.
Okay.
So
Let the man finish up the show.
Trying to finish up the show. That's
He wants to finish up the show.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Come on, guys. Let's be
Let him
good.
finish up the show.
All right.
Oh,
All right. First things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
For real.
And with that being said, if you have checked out the reunion trailer, you have seen that there will be both Aunt Vibs will be there. with that being said, what is the thing that you are most highly anticipating, looking forward with this reunion special?
Well, can you give a little more detail on what the reunion special is, more per se? Not for me, but for the people, so that they can, if they don't know.
Well, if you checked
Because
out the
before,
trailer, if you
right,
checked out the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air trailer, you will see that they are all gathered around in the living room. That, of course, if you've watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the main living room that they, of course, have been in for 10 plus years and whatnot, and they gather around the living room to pretty much talk about things that happen on set, off set. Of course, James Avery. Of course, the mom swap in the middle of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show and whatnot, and I guess other little tidbits that we just didn't know about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So it'd be great to be able to go down memory lane and also hear some stories that we've never heard before.
Can we talk about something real quick?
Hmm.
Other than you not posting the comment, but can we talk about how awkward it's got to be for the second mom to be there, and then them bringing back the first mom? Because all the interviews I've seen post the airing of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, everybody in that cast has at some point said something about how like it wasn't the same or whatever. So is that not going to be kind of awkward?
I think that's what I'm most interested to see.
I don't think it's that awkward because everybody's grown and they're not doing the show anymore. So I think it's more of an actual reflect and heal type of thing instead of it being at each other's throats because of what the switch, the switch that had. I mean, we've seen shows where they've made character switches throughout the, in between the season or the whatever, and the show has to go on, right? And sometimes the show is better, sometimes the show is worse. But at the end of the day, the show has to go on. But I mean, we all saw. I mean, everybody that watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we all knew it wasn't the same thing, but it was still a good show. But I don't think with where everybody's at this point in time with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air cast, I don't see them going at each other's throat.
No. I'm not saying that they're gonna brawl on the set, but what I'm saying is that's because obviously they older, they're not trying to do all that. But what I'm saying is, wouldn't it be awkward to be at this reunion where, since the show aired, everybody, all your coworkers basically came out and said like, yo, we missed the first lady. Like, we wasn't really rocking with the second lady. I mean, she came in and did what she had to do, but really everybody's always like, yo, we missed the first lady. We really wanted her to come back. It was sad we couldn't get her to come back. Like, it's always been, and not in just like the cordial, like, oh, we wish we really liked her. Like, it's always been the type of energy of like, we prefer her to this one. So like, now they both gonna be there. If I'm the second one, I kind of feel a type of way that like the whole time y'all been like talking down on me.
Right.
I wouldn't feel this type of way because my check still got cash. But
I also think that's something that they've probably already talked about.
I guess they had to.
But especially knowing that they're going on a reunion show. The way it looked in the trailer was that he didn't tell them the other one was coming, but I'm pretty sure that's something that they've already. I mean, obviously, I don't know, and none of us.
They could have
know.
just edited it like that and shit like that, but it did seem as such. It did seem as such.
In the trailer, it did look like they had no idea.
They surprised them.
Yeah. And so with that, I guess it could be a little awkward if she comes back, and they had like zero idea. But I feel like them going into a reunion show, that's probably a question that maybe could have gotten brought up, and so they've already talked about it. And so then when they see her come back, that's something that maybe that her and the other one have already talked about, whatever beef or whatever, and it's not going to be like anything crazy.
No, it's on site.
See, I don't think it's
No,
gonna be.
Site.
It's not gonna be a Jeezy and Gucci though. I don't think
anything gonna be on site. That's gonna be on site.
But personally, I mean, I don't know. I feel like after all this time, they should have already talked about that, and it shouldn't be an issue anymore.
No, I
But
definitely agree with Brett.
you never know.
All right, watch.
Anything else?
TMZ gonna be reporting something real quick.
Now I think it's just gonna be real healing, real bonding, real reflective, all that good
All
jazz.
chummy.
Yeah, because we got to think about the character, not the actual characters, but the character of the individual people that are those people, and we're talking about just genuinely good-hearted, great people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good for the fans. Good for them most definitely. So we'll see.
I think it's gonna be cool to hear a lot of the behind the scenes stories that we
Oh
just
yeah,
didn't know about. Listening to the trailer, they talked. DJ Jazzy Jeff was talking about how Will had to beg him to be on the show. I don't know if any of y'all knew that or not, but if you're looking on the outside looking in, it probably looked like DJ Jazzy Jeff was probably hanging on Will Smith coattails to be on the show, right? It probably looked like he was trying to be like, oh, let me go ahead and get on the show because it's blowing up, but it was the complete opposite. So it always looked like, and what it seems to this day is Will has always seemed the one that tries to put everybody else on because he always has had that limelight. So it's like, let me go ahead and put so and so on. Let me go ahead and help out my other people, and he did that with DJ Jazzy Jeff, putting him on there, and if it wasn't for that comic relief of DJ Jazzy Jeff, who knows what that show would have been. I think every character in that show made it, from Carlton to Ashley to Hillary. Everybody made the show what it is, and of course, unfortunately, with James Avery passing, I want to say 2000, and it's been a while, 2012, 2013, like I said, early 2010s when he passed. To see all of them reflect on that as well, it's gonna be some tears. It's gonna be some tears and whatnot, and it's gonna be a really, like Napoleon said, a really big healing moment for everybody to have.
I agree with that.
Great.
I'm just glad to be here because you're gonna probably kick me out again.
So just glad to be here.
Just
My
glad to be
fans.
here.
I want to thank God.
You know why I'm here.
Well, you just don't gotta call people idiots. You good?
You mispronounced her name, bro. Like, come
Okay,
on,
I
bro.
mean, shit. You act like it's the first time.
She's been around for years, though. You should know how to pronounce her name by now, bro.
Damn.
I mispronounce your name all the time too. So now what?
Nah, I hope you don't.
Grieg.
I hope you
Grieg. Bitch ass Grieg. What's up, Grieg? Grieg, I'm gonna call your ass now.
I pray.
I-
You know how to pronounce Greg. I pray on that.
Grieg. Your name is Grieg.
G Rig.
Good old G Rig.
G Reg.
Just glad to be here, man. People like kicking people out. So I'm glad
Rugga. Go Rugga.
glad to be here.
I'm just here so I won't be fine.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, G Rugga. So we'll see y'all.
G Rugga.
We'll see good old G Rugga next time.
Oh, so we wrapping up the show? We like done?
I mean, that is it for the night. We will see everybody next week, and
We'll see y'all niggas later.
I know I will see this versus tomorrow, even though Brett won't be there.
Oh,
I'll be seeing that versus. I don't know about you guys, but
I
shout out
gotta
to-
hear some of these tracks that they're gonna play. I'm gonna be tuned in for sure on that.
And I'll say this: if you are watching,
definitely gonna be tuned in.
if you are watching live, go ahead and put in the comments a snowman for Jeezy and an ice cream cone for Gucci Mane, who you think is
I
gonna
know what
win.
it is.
And if you go back and rewatch this episode again, go ahead and put it in the comments section. If you think Jeezy's gonna win, put the snowman in there. If you think Gucci gonna win, put the ice cream cone in the comments section for us. All right.
Wait. Just real quick, who do we think is gonna win?
Oh, great question. I got Gucci all the way. I got Gucci.
Yes or no?
I am going with Mr. Maine. I'm going with Mr. Maine.
Ishmael,
I'm going with Jeezy.
Greg.
I'm just here so I don't get kicked out again.
Don't answer the
I mean, you
question.
gotta
You'll
be-
get kicked out.
You gotta be a tiebreaker though.
My answer is not applicable.
I got.
All right. Well,
I got
that's,
Jeezy.
Your
that's,
words are
that's
not applicable.
at all.
I'm gonna let you laugh because you.
I'm gonna let myself laugh too, bitch. Anyways, like I said, to wrap up this show, we'll see y'all next week on Kinfolk and
I
Nem.
got a quick question.
They call
I got a
you
quick
bitch.
question. Are you ready for my question? Who's the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder?
How are you gonna post a comment?
I didn't know who was. I didn't know who was asking. Is he asking everybody?
I'm asking all y'all.
Okay, I didn't know who was. I didn't know that was a general question. I
Did
don't.
they hire
I
somebody?
know where this is going.
Did they hire somebody?
Yeah, last time I checked, they haven't hired nobody.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who is this? Huh?
Now I need y'all to answer it. Since
No, you got it. You got it. You answer. You asking questions and shit.
Since knowing the name of the coach is so important, and it make a difference of whether or not
You
there's a guy
still
coaching
reaching.
there.
You still
He
reaching.
reaching like a motherfucker. He is like,
I
damn.
understand.
I didn't know what OKC had to do with LaMelo Ball and shit, but okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Continue though. All right, we'll see y'all next week, and we'll hopefully figure out who these head coaches are in the NBA.
Hopefully we do.
Hopefully, I don't get kicked out next week.
Keep making light skin jokes, you will. All right,
Nah, you keep
see you
on
guys.
being an idiot, and I'll
See you
probably
guys
get kicked out.
next week on Kinfolk and Nem.
Hey,
Light
listen,
skin boy.
how you